everybody. We would like to tell you our story of how we met and eventually got engaged. So, it all started in Lansing. We were working at Impression 5 Science Center, and the first summer we worked together, we actually did not pursue each other at all because we each had our own significant others.
But we did spend a lot of time together because we were on the same teaching cycle. So that meant that every third week we basically spent the whole week together in a small room with one other person planning. So we definitely got to know each other. I mean, I guess more I got to know Phil.
She loved me. So the next year, I come back to work in the summer. I'd actually been working there all year, and then I find out that she is coming back to work that summer too. And I get pretty excited because I remember her from last summer. We hadn't really talked throughout the year much, but like I knew I felt something for her, and so I start to come up with like plans and how maybe I could approach Mary Rose as more than a friend.
And at this point, Phil was not so subtle, and I definitely sort of had an idea that he was interested in me, but I let him keep working on it.
So I did. So I kept working on it for like a month. I I kept trying to get like group hangouts going together, where like my plan was to like kind of siphon her off from the group and like talk to her individually and like then eventually ask her out. But that never happened. And so one day after work, it was a Monday, her and our friend Meredith were talking at their lockers, just packing up for the day. And Meredith mentioned how she was going to set Mary Rose up on a date with just some idiot with a beard. And I have like an internal meltdown about how I'm letting Mary Rose slip through my fingers.
So I go home that night and I get a phone call at about 7 o'clock from Phil, and I've never received like an actual phone call from him to talk, so I'm a little suspicious, so I pick it up, and he asks me if I just want to come over for a while and hang out. So I come over, and we spend the next, about 3 hours sitting on the couch, just kind of making small talk, and
Yeah, so nothing happened, and inside I'm just beating myself up, saying like, "Phil, you idiot! Like, she's hanging out with you on a Monday night for absolutely no reason. You gotta say or do something. Like, at least sit on the same piece of furniture as her, because we were sitting on separate couches." And so like it gets dark. We both had to work the next day. So
yeah,
like
and
Mary
finally
Rose.
I'm like, it's like 10:30 at this point. We have to get up early for work, and so finally I'm like, I have to go. Like I have to go home now.
Yeah, and I'm like, yeah, that makes sense, but like at least let me walk you out. So I walk her out to her car, and like at the literal last moment, she opens her car door, she's gonna get in and drive away.
And I turn and I look at him because I know that he's invited me over because he wants to say something to me and that he wants to like tell me how he feels. And yeah, we've been sitting there for 3 hours and he has said nothing. And so I turn.
And so I drop this line. I stop her. I say, I don't want you to see other guys. I don't want you to see anybody else, and I'm all about you.
Mm-hmm. And then he kissed me.
And then I kissed her and realized she had braces for the first time. That was neat. And then, yeah, so we started dating that summer. And that was summer 2013, I think.
14.
Summer 2014.
Mm-hmm.
So after that, we literally spent as much time as we could together.
Right.
Every single day, we would go to either my house or her apartment, and we just literally couldn't get enough of each other.
We were pretty much inseparable.
Mm-hmm.
And then, fast forward to this past December, it's no secret that I was ready to take our relationship to the next level.
Oh, yeah? Yeah? Is that how we're saying?
So I'm pulling in, it's our last day of school before Christmas break, and I'm pulling into the apartment complex. And I see as I'm pulling in, I'm facing our apartment door, and it's a kind of a dark blue door, and I see that there's a pink sticky note sticky on it, and I can't read it, but as I'm pulling in, I'm thinking, it's gonna happen. So, of course, I bring all of my stuff with me that I have packed up, to bring home over Christmas break. And I get to the door, and the door says on the sticky note, "I love you. Open the door carefully." And so I very carefully open the door, and there is Phil behind the door, standing on one knee with a ring, and then I have to wiggle myself all in because I have all of this stuff with me, and he helps me get it all in, and he asked me to marry him.
And she said yes. She did say yes, so we got engaged, and here we are. Yeah.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars and we'll